Hi Libra, Libra rising. Let's get into your astrology horoscope for December. So December is a slightly different month in comparison to November. November has been chaotic, hectic, Mercury retrograde, the intensity of Scorpio season, but December is giving us some time to rest, reflect, reset our energy, and then in the middle of December, we've got a lot of energy moving us forward. Let's get into it. So December the 4th, we got a full moon in Gemini at 13 degrees. This full moon in Gemini is activating your third and ninth house axis. So this is the learning, communication axis. This is the travel axis. You're going to have the sun in the third house of your mind, communication and thinking in your daily environments. And then you got the ninth house where the moon will be at, and that's higher learning, the higher mind, expanding and traveling. So this full moon is going to either bring some sort of completion, something coming to its culmination point or fruition. For example, if you've been working on some type of project that involves your mind, that involves thinking, it involves reading, writing, researching, coming up with creative ideas and concepts or communicating, that could come to a point of culmination, or it can come to a point of completion where you can have like an aha moment, or that project can entirely transform or even come to an end. Or let's say you have been wanting to travel and you've been working hard on that or looking forward to that, or some things have been kind of getting in your way, but this could be a culmination or completion point where you finally can travel. You can finally move forward with your travel plans, or either they are coming to an end and you got to start some other plans, or they transform. So that's the thing with full moons. It's either something changes dramatically, shifts dramatically, or it comes to an end, comes to a point of releasing, or it comes to its finale. There's a lot of emphasis on old chapters closing as well for new chapters to begin. So the third house and ninth house axis is really being transformed here. Now, I want to emphasize on the third house, which is your mind, which is how you think, how you learn, your ideas or concepts you come up with, communication, your daily environment, your daily travels as well, because this area of life is of great importance this month. You just had Mercury retrograde kick off in Sagittarius in November. On December the 11th, Mercury re-enters Sagittarius, but this time around it's in its direct motion. And Mercury is very much at home in the third house, so this could support you in clear communication, clear thinking, channeling your creativity, coming up with creative ideas and concepts, especially if you work in that field. When it comes to your thought process, this is going to bring more mental clarity as well. So if you felt like things were just not clear, or there was a lack of clarity, or you couldn't really think straight, well, this energy can, because now it's moving forward, can really support you in that. And when we get into December the 19th, we also have a new moon in Sagittarius at 28 degrees, and that's activating your third house. This could be a period of enlightening. The third house can also enlighten you. There could be a very strong epiphany that occurs that can support you in moving forward. New moons do emphasize on new beginnings, new chapters, new opportunities, new doors opening, new cycles. So there could be this new beginning happening when it comes to the way you think, or your thought process, or creative projects that involve reading, writing, researching, that involve ideas. Even when it comes to moving around in your daily environment and in travel, there could be something that changes significantly, that is a new beginning, that is a new shift of energy, a new change that you needed. Even if it means like, to move on in a certain situation, you need to be able to clearly think and clearly communicate to bring something into fruition, or to bring something into change something into the next level, next stage. That could support you in that as well. So it's a great time to also like journal, because during this time you're thinking so much, like your thoughts are like on an all-time high, and you're able to really understand different concepts, understand things from a different lens and perspective, and it can support you in moving forward from past situations as well. This could also involve traveling because the Sagittarius energy is a traveler. It's about adventure, and the third house also involves traveling. More so travel locally, but it can also be very adventurous and can broaden and expand your mind. Let's move on to December the 10th because Neptune goes direct in Pisces at 29 degrees, and that will be impacting your sixth house of your daily life, routine, habits, and work. So if you felt like this area of life was a little unclear, there was a lack of clarity, things didn't move the way you wanted them to, well, now this energy is moving forward. And Saturn is also here, so you may have felt like things were kind of setting you back, but both Neptune and Saturn are direct with this energy happening on December the 10th, so it's ready to move forward. And in 2026, both Saturn and Neptune will move out of your sixth house into your seventh house, where the dynamic completely changes because there's going to be an emphasis on relationships. So there's a lot to talk about when we get into your 2026 astrology forecast. December the 15th, Mars enters Capricorn. Mars is a planet of action, getting things done, accomplishing your goals. It's our masculine energy, and in Capricorn it's very much happy because it's able to really tap into the Capricorn traits and use them to accomplish and achieve. This Capricorn energy is occurring in your fourth house of home, family, security, and stability. This is a very personal area of your life, and there's a lot of emphasis and focus here because not only is Mars in your fourth house in December, but on December the 21st, the Sun enters Capricorn, and December 24th, Venus enters Capricorn. So there's a lot of focus on your home life, on your family life, family dynamics, how you, where you feel like you belong, your sense of security and stability. There's a lot of drive, a lot of focus, a lot of passion, a lot of light and illumination, a lot of your sentiment and values are here as well. And there's a lot of balance between the masculine and the feminine energy in your fourth house. So you're very much in harmony here, although with Mars sometimes there can be a lot of conflict as well, and depending on where it is in your chart. And for you being in the fourth house, so just be wary of that. But it seems like things at home are moving forward in a positive direction with the balance of Venus and Mars together, and there's a lot of light, a lot of focus here as well. So you're definitely developing and progressing forward in terms of home life, your personal life, family dynamics, sense of belonging, security, and stability. So that's December in a nutshell. It's a much more calmer month in comparison to November, which is very much needed. I will have your 2026 astrology horoscopes out in December, so make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out that astrology forecast. And I also post these episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so if you like to listen on the go, do subscribe. The link will be in the description box. Happy holidays, take care, rest, reset, recharge your batteries, and I'll speak with you soon in your 2026 astrology forecast.